Alrighty, welcome back to, I really don't know what the channel is called. I guess I need to name it a name, but it's based on real estate investing, and I'm not trying to sell courses. I'm not trying to charge for anything. I'm trying to have enough subscribers to where it'll actually pay me some money. But I mean, I'm busy doing the actual real estate investing, and I'm trying to help some people along the way. I've got probably about, I don't know, 12 years in it. I have to really think about back, I think, 2005. Maybe I have 15 years in it or something like that. Somewhere 12 to 15. I had to really go back and figure out when I started, and started off real slow with some trailers, and I kept stepping it up. And but if you need help, contact me. I have my information, I believe, on my site here, and or send me an email or do whatever, however you got to contact me. I'm not real familiar how all this works. I've only got about 9 or 10 videos, and a couple of them are like my dog in the snow or stuff like that. All right, and it's been about a month since I've made a video, and I got caught up in some other things, and I was trying to get this property I live in now for sale. Said I'd never sell it because I did the interior myself. I gutted it and redesigned the interior. It's really cool. It has cathedral ceilings. But I'm going to tell you what happened. I want to go to the next level on multiple unit houses, and I have the chance to buy a commercial building and make it into an 11 room. It's 2 stories. Have 2 living areas, like living rooms, 11 rooms, 6 upstairs, 5 downstairs, a kitchen downstairs, big kitchen that'll support 11 people being in there, and 2 bathrooms, and 1 upstairs, one downstairs, and I'm going to put veterans in it. And I worked through a girl in the VA. She said she could fill up an apartment building if I had one. I don't have one. I don't have the ability to buy a bigger one than this. And so my next step up, instead of just residential houses that you rent, and I was fighting a guy for a while for my rent, I have that property for sale now. So right now I own 4 houses. One I have not completed in North Carolina. It needs about $15,000 worth of work to complete it. I don't owe a mortgage on that. It's paid for. I bought it cash from funds from other houses. I just kept saving up, and I need to do another video of just funding, about the philosophy of just saving your money and stacking it and keep stacking it, and I did that. And here's where I'm at as I step it up each level. If I sell all 4 houses, one is not ready, so I have to sell a house to take some of that money to finish the last one that is not for sale. Tomorrow, one goes online for sale. It's a rental I have in Seaford, Delaware. I bought that for $171,000. The good thing about last year is it a lot of real estate appreciated 20%. That's getting ready to change here in the next 6 months to a year, probably closer to 6 months. I believe the market's going to correct really bad. I mean, like the 2006 correction. And I think the house values may drop up to 40%. Okay, so because of that, I'm selling all the properties I have, all 4. And now I'm going to buy another one to live in, on the waterfront property. I put an offer. They rejected it. It was too low. Plus, I had a contingency. I have to sell the house I live in. And so a bank owns it, and they're like, we're not waiting for you to sell your house. The house I live in, I believe, will sell in 1 week, 7 days. So I'll come back and do a video on it. Like I said, it's that nice. I'll have it listed for $335. We talked about $325. I think it's too low. $335. I owe $232. Time I pay everything out, I believe I should walk away with a net of $80,000. I'm going to take that money. I'm going to add it to what I call my Barney house. I have to show you pictures of it. It's very, very bright purple in North Carolina. I bought that for $18,000. I put about another $7,000 in it. So let's say $25,000. I sold it for $53,200 or something. time you take everything out of it, commissions, yada yada yada, I should walk away with $46,000 from that. And I'll do some numbers. Sometimes it's not about exactly what you make. Although I make somewhere around 40%, sometimes I double my money. I bought a lot here in Millsboro. I took the lumber off of it, the standing trees. I did a site evaluation I paid for, Denrec. They told me where the well has to go, all that stuff, $950. When I put it for sale, there was 5 or 6 other lots for sale, land and lots. I was the only one that had an approved septic permit, and it was the only one that had the site evaluation that said where the septic goes and the house had to go and the well had to go. So I sold that, I think, in a week or something, very quickly. I bought it for $9,000. I sold it for $19,500. So I doubled my money on that. And I should net $80,000 out of the Comanche house. I'm going to take that, add it to my 534 Melinda Road. I should net $36,000 from that, so that makes $116,000. And then my Woodland Ferry house, after I bought it for $171,000, it's listed for $225,000, payout, commissions, all that. Should net $30,000 on that, so that would be $146,000. And then my last house, Old Wire, if I take $15,000 of that, finish that house, I should walk away with $100,000. $246,000 minus the $15,000, $231,000. Then I buy the commercial property and then do the work, the repair, take it out of that money. Should be $150,000. And that should leave me $80,000 to do something else with. The house that I'm going to buy next, I can either use my VA for 0 money down or, what's the other one? Shucks. Anyway, I can do FHA and it's 3%, 3.5%, or USDA, 0% down. So anyway, one of them I'm going to do. So I'm not going to use any of my money. And I'm going to have waterfront property somewhere. Hopefully the property won't sell. I'll raise my offer up a little bit. They were kind of upset that it was so low. It's listed at $270 now. It was $285, and I offered them $160 because that's all they got it for. Because the person foreclosed only owed $160,000. So the bank not only doesn't want to just make their money back, they want to make a large profit on top of their money. So I think next time when I get one of the houses sold, I'm going to offer them $200,000. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. And so tomorrow the Old Wire house goes for sale. They've taken pictures. The following week, I have to put rain gutters up on this and a new heat pump. Do a little painting. The following week, they take pictures of this. It goes online the 24th, I think, of July. And we'll go from there. But you know, I've talked about this before. This has taken a lot of years but once you start stepping up different levels, you know, I had like $26,000 I made one time, and I had to pay a partner I had some money and this and that and everything. But once you start netting like $40,000, I bought 2 houses with the $40,000 in North Carolina because they're cheaper. Now I had to drive down there and work on them. People say, why are you doing that? Why are you going to another state? Because I could buy 2 houses instead of 1. Now here we are selling them. One house will net $100,000. The other house will net me $36,000. So that's why. And it's about putting a lot of sweat equity in it. I mean, you can pay somebody to do it. You're not going to walk away with as much money. So I do some of it. I'm not an electrician. I'm not a plumber. I can do some of that, but I don't do a lot of it. I repair sinks and whatever, but I'm not running plumbing in a whole house. I'm not running electric in a whole house. Like I just changed over one of my rentals, a gas stove to an electric stove. I can do that. I can put a breaker in, do that stuff, run the wire, all that, but I'm not wiring the whole house. So some of it I can do, some of it I can't do. I do what I can, and then that way it makes my profit higher. I'm not paying somebody else to do the work. So I'll make this video short. I normally make them 15 minutes, but I just wanted to go over that. So the 4 houses I have, if I take 15,000 out of the other 3, put into the one, even with that in there, because I'm going to sell it for 125, it should net me 100,000. And then the other ones, all 3 of them together, will be 141 minus some other stuff. Should be 231 total if I get them all sold and hold the money at one time. And then I'm going to put that into the $150,000 commercial building. It will bring me $6,600 a month. That's with full occupancy, which I should be able to get that through the VA. Like they have a list, they have like a waiting list. So when somebody either dies, that's a veteran that's old, or whatever else happens, I mean, they have somebody just following the next day. Boom, they come in. So let's just say 10% vacancy. I'll fix that, Joe. 10% vacancy will still put me at $6,000 a month, which is $72,000 a year. So in 2 years, I should have my money back. And then everything after that's pretty much profit. So I want to do step up to like a 20 unit, and then I should be able to live on that. It'll produce like $6,000 or $7,000 a month, and that's it. I'm done. I don't have to wait on my Social Security. I can get that later. So that's the plan on that. Anyway, we're at 11 minutes 40 seconds. I'll cut this one short. The next one I want to talk about when this one actually gets listed, when the other one has an offer, this one has an offer. And then I want to do the financing again. I talked about it, like how I can do an USDA loan. I can do a VA. The only thing I have a VA funding fee that's $10,000 if you're disabled, have any amount of percentage of a disability. They wipe out the VA fee, which is $10,000 for me right now. So I would rather go USDA and not save me $10,000, or FHA and put 3.5% down. Because if I put 3.5% down, it's much lower than $10,000 on the back end with VA, and then you finance it. So anyway, there's a lot of things you can do. Like I said, I borrowed money out of my 401k and used that as a down payment and closing. Listen, you can borrow $5,000 from 4 or 5 people and do it. Pay them back a percentage on their money. So we'll talk about that on another video. Till then.